It is a joy to behold that after 6 years of intense prayers and fastings, with the faith that one day God will wipe away their tears until she finally conceived on this fateful day. But the devil came to take away the child because she was disobedient to her husband, who wants her to put her trust in the Lord instead of trusting in chariots in their trying times. Her disobedience to her husband is an act of rebellion to God. This singular act of disobedience brought upon her the spirit of barrenness. Now, the strength of the household lies on his head. If only he can trust in the name of the Lord, he must pass the test of seduction to break the chains of barrenness in his home. The question now is, will his strength fail him? Before we find out the answers we seek, let's trace back to the root of how it all started. Little Dia was raised in a spiritual home. The little girl has always been a lover of Christ, as her baptism on this day was the best day of her life. And together with her grandmother, who was at the shores to receive her, they were leaving when she saw an old woman who looked like a guardian angel. And what about her parents? Little Dia is an orphan. Her grandmother took it upon herself to take care of her grandchild. Little Dia and her best friend, Esosa, eat, play, and protect each other's interests that everybody calls them twins. But somehow, the guardian angel kept coming through for her in times of danger. The old woman told her not to ply a certain route, for there is danger ahead. Little Dia's obedience to her elders was unquestionable as a well-brought-up child. Sundays are usually her best day of the week. You know, as a kid, we all have this one person we crushed on. Little Dia had hers, Didi, who was the drummer as a kid. Growing up as a child at that time was fun. The children all gathered at Grandma's house to listen to tales by moonlight. The children never stopped, even when little Dia grew up to be a beautiful young lady. More children kept coming, as Grandmother also was getting old. Didi also kept coming to pick up the little ones. They still had their eyes on each other. The tale stopped when Grandmother died, and she was alone with no family to call her own. All throughout her childhood to her university level, the church sponsored her education until she became a youth corper. She came home this time because it was the birthday of her pastor and father, the man who benevolently took the responsibility of her education after the demise of her parents. She also saw Didi, who has become a fine gentleman as a fashion designer. The birthday event came. Didi sighted her from a distance. He still likes her and wanted some time with her. But first, he made a mockery of her dress and makeup like that of the women in the 80s. Esosa, her best friend who is now married in the city, came back also to celebrate with her father also. The ladies were not happy with the comment Didi made and told him that she came back with no clothes, so Esosa's mother gave her the dress to put on. Didi took it upon himself to make a new dress for her as an apology for his felonious comment at the party. And from the look of things, she wishes that she could have him even though she acted hostile. After that day, Didi kept sending sweet messages and also came to see her often. He came to see his friend and hopefully besties, as he told her, but in her mind she hopes that they become lovers someday. Ladies most times communicate to us in their mind, and the only way a man can read those meanings is through her eyes. At that time, Didi and Edochie, who is a community thug and happens to become the community chairman, never gets along as he is the only person that challenges him in the entire community. He bought more gifts for her, and this one was one of the best with the tools she needed as an aspiring makeup artist. This is the opportunity they have got since they were kids to express what they truly felt for each other. At one time they were just friends, but now they are hugging and wouldn't let go. They say many waters cannot quench love, neither can the largest of the oceans sweep it away. This was the best moments of their life together. Didi wants something more than just being friends. He took her to the mountain. It's time to tell her what he feels about her. You see, you can find love high up there, in the marketplace, the church, and even in the club. It doesn't matter. So as long as love knows no bounds, everywhere and anywhere becomes the footmark in one's love life. You know that feeling when you know that you're officially in a relationship or married to this one partner of your dream, but the thoughts of those permanent places that reminds you of the loved ones that you lost. But give thanks to the Creator that when you lose one, He replenishes them with that of abundance. This is the sign that you're favored. Didi kept having issues with Adodo, but he couldn't find faults on him as he is up to date with his levy. The audacity Didi has to challenge them is what makes his boys furious to put him in his place, but Adodo had other plans. The lovers were together that fateful night when disaster fell on him. Didi's shop caught fire, and it was evident that Adodo and his boys were behind it. Days later of recovery, he thought of moving to the city to start all over. There is this surge that comes to a woman with distance. She feels that she will lose him to another woman, but the truth is that a man who wants to stay will stay. It wouldn't come easy, though, because with distance comes a lot. The desire may rapidly grow stronger or die slowly. The gifts kept rolling in, but for how long can this last? People say that understanding and communication are the most key factors that keep a relationship stronger. But have you thought about the presence and intimacy that can easily elude how long that communication lasted? 6 months came that quenched the burning fire. Didi was nowhere to be found. The only place that kept him alive in her heart is the first place of love. Everything looks the same, like he never left, but there was still something missing. Perhaps she had accepted her fate that she had lost him, so she went back to what feels like love again, which is doing what grandmother loved to do. Dia observed a stranger with the kids, as she had always protected the kids from harm's way. What is love without patience? What is love without faith that when you think you have given up, they are just right in time to refill those lost energy? And what if it came bigger than expected this time? This is one greatest moment in every woman's experience, as Didi ignited the passion and burning fire in her with his kind words. And she said, yes, like the host of angels patiently awaited this day, like it will never come. Dia finally moved to the city with her husband. They are married now, as God's grace was so evident in their lives. Do you believe in the saying that a home that prays together stays together? But what is a home without children to complete the circle? But they had a plan that regardless of whatever happens, they will start making babies after 1 year. So, what do you say about going far away from where you were born if you want to establish yourself in life? It is the law of the land. Didi wouldn't have gotten this far to the point of owning an e-commerce store if Adodo did not set his little shop ablaze. Didi became business partners with Dotun. These are two young men with different perspectives about life, but yet a common goal in the business world. Dia also started her passion as a makeup artist in all social platforms. They both happily lived together like there was no one job specified for anyone. Everybody cooks, anybody could wash the dishes, and nobody is left without the duties of house chores. The truth is that those who have never known the deep intimacy and the intense companionship of happy mutual love have missed the best thing that life has to give. Be sure that many people will come and go when writing your story. Samira also came into the couple's life. She is a major client to Didi and was also introduced to Dia, who became her personal makeup artist. Didi came in with lunch and flowers for her. Everyone in there could feel the aroma of love that was fuming from within. Let's just hope that nothing happens, because with envy breeds jealousy, and with jealousy, an obsessive emotional sabotage. It's the 1-year anniversary. It's also time to make babies as planned. 3 years came, but no babies. The truth is that there is no successful marriage without a scar. No matter how juicy it may start from the beginning, there is work to be done in marriage. They had to see the doctor, and he confirmed to them that they are perfectly okay. All they need to do the required procedures of medications and intercourse. They will be fine. And even in times of distress, her archangel was with her without her knowing. Didi and his business partner, Dotun, spend more time together these days with their new project of expanding. One thing led to another, and they had to talk about life and happiness. To Dotun, there is nothing as commitment to a man but survival. A man is meant to make money and have as many women as he desires. This singular perspective made him have 5 kids with 3 baby mamas and any random woman he solely desires to have, like how the animals behave. And to Didi, he looks up to the creator of nature unlike an animal. The creator created love as a covenant, not for convenience. And while Doton sees commitment to one woman as stress, he sees it as strength. This singular perspective makes him believe that one man is made for one woman. So, what do you make of this? If your marriage must work, it must first come as a collective effort from both parties. Their childlessness is becoming an object of ridicule. They must come together to fight as one, with a commitment of making love at specific times from the doctor's advice. They tried everything possible, but nothing seems to work, not even a sign that she will be called a mother any time soon. Dia had to go into prayers. It was as if she had forgotten her God, like the insatiable hunger she had in her as a child. The Lord saw her devotions. He heard her confessions. He watched her weep. Yet he did nothing. Didi wouldn't watch his wife pass through alone. He joined her in prayers. He blessed her womb like it was the authority of God descending from the heavens, and if he be the Son of God, there shall be an overflow of children as it was sealed in the heavens. Ever since then, anyone observant would have noticed the dispiritedness on Dia's face. Samira also noticed it. She wanted to have a word with her and told her how she married in poverty when she was 30 and had her first child at age 39. It was only that she never made it in the fashion business until she was 42 years. Life discouraged her, but she is a living testimony. This alone lifted her spirit. Samira introduced her to fetish concoctions that can help aid her fertility. To Dia, anything not of the Lord is against her will. Samira also introduced her to a client she will have to offer her services far away from town. This shouldn't be a problem to Dia. She was done with the makeup. Dia has to stay until the wedding is over for another touch-up until the ceremony is over. She couldn't get water from the running tap in the bathroom, so she had to go fetch water to have her bath. She was trying to get a bucket of water when an old woman who looks like her archangel came. Dia offered to help her with the water she wanted and also had to help her take it home. They came to her hut where she stays. Dia was about to leave when she asked her to wait. She had something for her. She came out with baby wares. To Dia, she did help her out of the goodness of her heart, but to the old woman, it was a gift deeper than her thoughts, even when Dia thinks that she might not need them. The old woman wanted her to know that the swelling of a womb is not all that makes a mother, and also assured her that whenever Dia needs her, she will find her. Back in the city, Doton also wants the best for his friend. He has been making possible means to see that Didi's secretary Nelly makes advances on her boss. To him, he may have good intentions for his troubled friend to become a father, but sometimes we don't even know that we are being used as vessels by the devil to perpetuate his wicked plans. It's been 6 years now, yet nothing has happened. Didi's mother was also becoming worried. At this point, only good men would defend their wives. All he wanted from his mother was her prayers. They had another option, which was through IVF. Didi watched his wife pass through pains with the ovarian hyperstimulation syndrome. It was clear now that his wife can also not conceive through IVF. At his point, it was as if all hope was lost. He knew that there were no other medical options left, but he remained strong for her. He went down on his knees for the light of God to shine upon his family. All he prayed for was his wife. He is willing to receive the pains, if only God could take away the pains from her. May God find intentional men for those women who will pass through such pain in their marriage. Even though their world is crushed, they still gathered the courage left to see the doctor. This time, it was bad news. The truth is that with her medical stance, she was supposed to conceive with the IVF. Now it's obvious that they don't need a doctor any longer, even though she knows that she is still fertile. She was going to dispose of everything baby wears and accessories. At that time, his mother-in-law was around. She brought some concoctions from a herbalist that was proven to have worked for other women. She was trying to convince her to take it when Didi overheard her. He believed so much in God and rebuked his wife from contaminating her womb with anything fetish. On the flip side, Dotun and Didi kept expanding with their business plans. They got this new client, Beauty, who is a model. She may look charming, but could there be something we are about to look out for? Dia had given up on conceiving. To her, what's the essence of lovemaking if it's just for the fun of it? Ever since the last meeting with the doctor about a month ago, they haven't had sex. She was about to leave the room when she showed him the appropriate time to make love for the sake of making babies and not for fun. Days later, something unbelievable happened. Didi heard a shout from the bathroom. He rushed in to find out that his wife was pregnant. It was a big miracle at the moment they never expected. Thank God that finally, after 6 years of intense prayers and fastings, with the faith that one day God will wipe away their tears, she finally conceived on this fateful day when no one had expected. Didi feels the joy of a happy father. He was going to tell his friend after the call on the phone with their client, Beauty. They finally had a deal that Didi will be bringing the design dress to her the following day. Dodin felt bad when he heard the news, not because his friend was welcoming a child, but because he was about to hook his friend up with Beauty so he can be the happy father he has always wanted to be. That night, something mysteriously also happened. He had a dream of the devil coming in a human form like her grandmother and took away the child. She woke up with the shocking revelation. She must see the doctor now, but Didi asked her to leave it until dawn. They saw the doctor first thing that morning. There were no signs of pregnancy even when she checked severally before coming for a scan. The doctor asked her if she had by any chance got herself involved in self-medication with herbs and concoctions. This was where Dia lost the battle. She finally drank the concoctions from the herbalist as much pressure from her mother-in-law. She had disobeyed her husband. She has acted rebelliously to God, and her punishment for such an act is barrenness. So what is the point of fighting? She had given up long ago. Now he was at the verge of giving up also. He called Beauty as planned for the dress to be delivered. But could this be the reason why he was going to her house at such an odd hour? Something deep down tells him that he is committing an abomination that he will end up regretting. Beauty welcomed him in to join her in her changing room. It was going to be a game of seduction if he allowed it. Beauty had this planned out with Dotun. She had her eyes on him too, but he vowed never to cheat on his wife. He resisted her temptations and ran without looking back, like he saw a hungry beast waiting to devour him. As a woman, what do you say when your husband comes home to you with a hunger for sex, and he makes love to you so different unlike other days? Chances are that he just resists a temptation, or he was denied sex and all he needs is you at that moment. Dia already suspected her husband. The smell on his clothes was the evidence she needed. She saw the guilt on his face. She wants to know who the lady is. As a matter of fact, she wants him to bring his mistress home to give him children that she could not. All Didi could see is the agony of a woman who fell short of the glory of God. He felt guilty not because of what he did, but because he saw this lady, fell in love with her, but he couldn't fulfill his promises of staying with her when the stormy wind came. Dia was surprised with Isosa's sudden visitation. It was Didi's plan all along to help talk to her friend and also bring back the life in her because Dia really feels empty. All she had wanted to do was dispose of the baby wares she kept. Now was the right time to give them out. He thinks she would have gotten over what happened the last time, so he came to talk to her, but everything now seems like he hates her. She wants some space. Her grandmother's house would be the perfect place to rekindle. She sat here all alone, listening to the whispers that the silent breeze brings. Her phone rang, and it was Samira. She has another job for her, which happens to be at the same place like the last job. Can I tell you something, friends? In life, nothing just happens. The old woman came again. She had a gift for her again. Even though Dia is tired of hearing this over and over again, she was convinced this time only for her to get the same gift she got the last time. It may be frustrating to Dia, but she was instructed not to give it away this time. Like as if she has been watching her all these while. The old woman had this advice for her about her marriage, that it is a two-way thing. It's stronger when both parties give it their all, and it's harder only when one party is fighting for it. These words sank into her like she had long awaited them. She texted the love of her life to meet her at the first place they found love. She went there to find him waiting for her. She wants them to do this over again through Christ, which strengthens her. And life will become beautiful again, only if you accept what she throws at you and use it to help yourself and the society. She has her children in the church and her godchildren from Esosa. The truth is that this wonderful home had never welcomed a child to run around. Could it be the luck they needed to attract more children? Dia started feeling feverish ever since these children came around. The thought of pregnancy is the last thing on her mind. She just had to undergo a blood test, even though she knows that it's malaria. She asked the nurse to send the test result to her husband. Dia started doing what makes her happy. Making videos was one of them. Just then, Didi came in with the test results sent to his phone. She's pregnant. In times like this, you even doubt the miracle of God in your life until you're convinced after so many broken years of tears and pain. She searched, she prayed, she wept, she was broken. She thought that she was forgotten. She even believed that she was barren. But God, this God showed mercy when all hope was lost. This time, it was confirmed by the doctor that they were expecting twins. Do you want to know how it ended? The old woman who seems like her archangel and her mission. The number of children Dia never ever believed that she was going to have after many years of trusting in God. Watch out for Broken Hallelujah.
Thanks for watching. Please comment your thoughts and also like and share this video for more super amazing videos that we are bringing to you. And if you're watching from our YouTube channel, you can also subscribe and turn on your notification for more. Thank you.